love bringing you the latest medical advances every day that can help you and your family, and I'm really excited to show you this next one. You've probably heard the expression that the eyes are the window to your soul, but did you know that your retina is also a window to your brain as well as your health? Well, ophthalmologist Dr. Seal is back with his patient Megan to show us a new high-tech eye exam that can actually help predict your medical future. And Megan, there's a reason why you want this exam, right?
Yes.
Because you've got some family history of things this can help detect, right?
I do. I've got a brother who has diabetes, and I also have blindness in my family. And he was 15-year-old when he was diagnosed, really active, and he's type 1 insulin dependent. And then I also have a grandfather who had macular degeneration.
And you never thought that looking at the back of your eye could help potentially diagnose problems with this, right?
No, no.
So it's kind of a crazy concept, but this is a machine that show everyone what part of the eye we're looking at with this amazing machine.
We're going to take advantage of the fact that the eye is transparent. So just like we can look out into the world, this machine can look into the eye through the pupil, looking at the entire back surface of the eye, which, as you pointed out, is really the tip of the brain, because this entire tissue, including the nerve that connects the eye to the brain, is part of the brain. Not only do we not have to dilate the eye, and we get a panoramic view, but we also get something that's etched in stone, if you will. Therefore, over the years, we can retest Megan's eyes, and if we found anything subtle today, we can measure up against the future to make sure that nothing bad's happening to her over time.
So Megan, why don't you go ahead and put your chin. And so we're gonna bring this image up on our
Go ahead and look straight in there.
Here, and
look straight in there, Megan. There won't be any bright lights. What we're seeing here right now is a three-dimensional schematic of the eye. And as it rotates around, we're going to look right into the pupil. And as we look into the pupil, we see the back of the eye. This is the part of the brain that we talked about. This is literally the front tip of the brain.
And right now, we're looking at this real time. This is the back of Megan's eye.
This is in real time. Here we see the nerve that connects the eye to the brain. Has about 1 million fibers, believe it or not. And these connect up the eye to the brain. The brain itself, more than 50% of the nerve fibers in the brain serve visual function. And they start at this point. We also see the blood vessels directly inside the eye, and therefore it's the only place in the entire body where blood vessels and nerves are viewed naked, if you will, and therefore thousands of diseases that could affect the body if they're causing damage to either nerves or blood vessels can be viewed here. In Megan's case, we have great news for you, Megan. The nerve is nice and healthy, no evidence of diabetes. We will see examples in a moment of people who do have problems with diabetes in the back of the eye. However, in her case, everything is perfectly healthy. We're seeing completely normal retina, completely normal blood vessels, both veins and arteries that are coming out into her eye and fanning out. And this right here is the central seeing part of the eye. All the entire universe that we look at, all that light focuses onto this tiny little spot, less than 1/10 of a millimeter in size.
Which is pretty amazing. I want you to come back over here because I think what I want to show people now that, Megan, you feel good, right?
I feel good.
The retina looks beautiful, but unfortunately, that's not always what you're seeing back there. We've got a still of what a diabetic's retina might look like, and I want you to show us what we're looking at there.
In the case of a patient with diabetes, and this would not even be considered advanced diabetes, Travis, this would be somebody that has maybe mild to moderate diabetes. We see in this case, again, there's the nerve that connects the eye to the brain and all the blood vessels, but in diabetics, their blood vessels are fragile and break easily. And as a result, we see little blotches of blood that are filling up different parts of the retina with swelling. And also, as a result of the bleeding and the lack of oxygen flow, we're seeing nerve fibers that have swollen up. That's what this yellowish stuff here is. So the nerves are being damaged and the nerves are being lost. And eventually, if that central seeing part of the retina becomes involved, then the vision starts to blur. And a diabetic who's noticing decreased vision, it could be simply just their blood sugar going up and the lens inside their eye changing shape, or it could be swelling in the retina itself, which becomes critical to treat so that they don't lose vision permanently.
And let's pull up a picture of a melanoma.
In this case, this person would come in starting to notice that their vision has begun to blur a little bit.
It's pretty obvious that we're looking at an abnormal growth there.
Yes, it's very obvious that things are abnormal here. Interestingly enough, these white flecks are just inconsequential, as it turns out. The real story is right here, and this is a melanoma. Melanomas can begin in the eye itself, just like they can begin in any part of the body that has pigmentation, or they can spread to the eye from other parts. So they can begin in the eye and spread elsewhere, or the other way around.
Amazing technology is what it comes down to, because this is something
Yes,
that...
it really is.
Thank you, Dr. Seal. Good luck to you, man.